here once again with Christina, and I think I'm loud enough. I don't even need to turn it around to myself. And Christina just emailed me her poem. It's brand new, so it's her new work, which means I won't be doing much to it, unfortunately. So I won't have
Oh,
as much fun as I usually do.
it's too bad.
That is true. It's too bad and too good. Okay, so here we go. So I think, Christina, why don't you read your poem?
Will do. It's called Silence. A delicate thing, really, flowing between pages of books, resting between breath, between us. Needles of time sew and stitch, pin and prick, until its terrible weight clings to words, to thoughts, something like a forgotten mind.
All right, this is excellent. And so what is this delicate thing?
The delicate thing is silence.
Okay, so, okay. All right, I think I'll need to do this. What? Why is this? Oh, there it is. Sorry, talking to myself. So you were saying that you do want me to mess around and change it, right?
Yeah, let's just see what we can do with it.
Okay, so I was looking at needles of time, sew and stitch, pin and prick, and this took me back to fairy nursery rhyme, fairy story, right? So fairy tales.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to do is bring this metaphor into, I don't know how long this is going to be not dated. I think it's already getting dated with all the computerization, but I want to bring in the modern office. Okay, so needles, stitch, but I've seen books being stapled. Like when you make a handout or something, there's a little thick, you staple it, right? So we just did this, so let's go back here. And I put in staple here, and then Christina, you noticed something? You were surprised by the synonyms, right? Which one?
It's less like the physical like noun of a staple, but more of like a necessity.
Which is what a staple diet is, right? Staple rice. And so there's this essential here. So I was fundamental to is kind of cool. I think essential has the L in it. And so we could do, because this poem is about the resting breath, the resting between breath between us is what bounds us together. How needles of time sew and stitch, though it's painful and difficult, and then the stitches don't work. But all of this is the essential. So we're going to use that word, essential staple. That doesn't sound right, does it? Yeah, when you write it out and read it.
Essential staple.
Yeah, essential stapling. That's slightly better, but still terrible. Okay, a delicate thing, really. And this really brings in that informal tone here. And so if we remove it, then the opening line, then it goes, a delicate thing flowing between pages of books. A delicate thing really is informal, and I think I like it, so we'll keep that. Flowing between pages.
Is the punctuation right there? I think that's like the big thing. I don't really know sometimes.
Oh, so it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
I mean, if you have bad punctuation or not, nobody cares in the poetry business. Okay. But you find somebody, pay them. If you did this, a delicate thing really, and then flowing between pages, resting between breath. So you got flowing and resting, needles of time, because what happens is, when I read this, I wanted to go back to, as I was saying earlier, to the idea of pages. So we could do a delicate thing, really, and then we could have a real contrast. The act of stapling itself is not delicate. It's brutish, right? So we could have the brute, a delicate thing, really. We could do the brutish, that sounds really weird, stapling of pages. So a delicate thing, really. So what is delicate? The brutish stapling of pages together. So it's almost like forced, pages are forced together. So a delicate thing, really, the brutish stapling of pages. And then we can take this out and we drop the idea of book, we'll just have pages. And then resting between breath between us. Okay. Because the idea of flowing is gone. We could just take that out. So, yeah, between breath, between us. Okay. So a delicate thing, really, the brutish stapling of pages between breath, between us, and then we lose all of this. Needles of time. Needles of time. We could call the staples needles of time, perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see that.
Yeah, yeah. Needles. So needles of time. And what happens to staples? Bent. They do.
I go.
Because sometimes they don't bend right?
That's true.
So actually, okay. So here we are. We're trying to. We have to replace the problem we're running into right now is that we have to replace the needles of time, sew and stitch, pin and prick, and we've decided to keep needles of time. And it's poetic enough. We shouldn't ditch everything that's poetic. So now, so we need to replace this whole business, the trouble with sewing, with needles, with staples. So I went here and as I typed in problems we run into while stapling at work. And I got excited by all of this. So, issues with firing. Oh, we're just going to use that.
Issues with firing.
Yes, that is brilliant. Oh, okay. Until its terrible weight clings to the word. So I think this is going to be the summation of what's going to happen earlier. So I just took that out and it's going to be issues with firing. Okay. Oh, or issues with clinging, with firing, clinging to words. Issues with firing, clinging to words, or with clinging to words. Okay. And then I thought the jam. So these occur when there's a jam because I wrote down bent and clam. I wasn't happy with that. So we're going to take that. Needles of time jam in the staple or the ejector. So we're just stealing from the internet. I don't know who wrote these lines.
Probably not copyrighted. So
no. Nobody will know. Actually, everybody will know.
Needles of time jam in the stapler clip.
Okay. Okay, so needles of time jammed. Very good. In the staple, clip, or ejector.
Probably just.
And then we're not writing anything today. So this just goes in here. Malformed staples or a clip with loose staples. And then all of this, we have a dash right here. Issues with firing. And then I think I like the way it is right now. So we're going to do clinging to words, to thoughts. Now let's see how bad it is. So there is no guarantee. When you mess with the poem, that's pretty good already.
Yeah.
Let's see. Essential stapling. A delicate thing, really, the brutish stapling of pages. Between breath, between us. Not bad, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah, you were going to say something? Or?
I think
Mm-hmm.
delicate thing really matters. It's hard to say like what the between breath between us is like talking about.
That's just two people in the office, in the copier. Oh, okay, we could put that in. Let's do that. That's a good catch. So, a delicate thing, really. Two people in the copier room. Yeah, like that. Then, okay, so a delicate thing, really. Two people in the copier room. And then we could have a brutish stapling of pages. Usually in movies, you always get the copier. You never get the staple moments.
That's true.
So this is new.
We're shedding light on the stapler.
Yes, because on the corner, somebody's trying to staple things and they're running late for a meeting. So a delicate thing, really, two people in the copier room, a brutish stapling of pages between breaths. And so then we don't need this. Between us, very good. Then we can have a pause. Needles of time jammed in the staple, clip, or ejector. Malformed staples or a clip with loose staples. Issues with firing. With clinging to words. To clinging to words, to forgetting minds. Forgetful minds. Forgetful minds. Forget. Got.
Forgetful.
I forgot. I forgot. Okay, this looks pretty good.
Yeah, really,
that is a radical change.
That's a radical change for sure.
Huh. All right, so Christina, I'll let you read it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Essential stapling. A delicate thing, really. Two people in the copier room. A brutish stapling of pages. Between breath. Between us. Needles of time jammed in the staple clip or ejector. Malformed staples or a clip with loose staples. Issues with firing. With clinging to words. To forgetful minds.
Okay, so I want to see if this did come through here. So I'm going to read right from here. So let's see. And we might have to kind of clean up here. So needles of time jammed in the staple, clip, or ejector. Malformed staples or a clip with loose staples. Malformed or a clip with loose staple. Would that work? So we only have one set, one. Malformed or a clip of loose staples.
You could also just do like malformed all on its own.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, okay, oh, very good. Okay. Okay, very nice. Okay, so jammed in the staple, clip, or ejector. We could also take one of these things out.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, which one?
think we could take out the staple or ejector. I was thinking since we already have like a lot of staple going on, we could just go with ejector.
Or if you look at the sound.
Yeah.
So we got OR and then we've got the P and the P in the staple. So ejector brings in the R and clip. Clip is also stressed syllable right here. Ejector is not. Ejector is the stress is on the first E.
That's right.
So if we take this out, jammed in the staple clip, and then the clip becomes like a clip you put in a gun.
Oh, yeah.
So, because this could be a staple gun. Malformed, jammed in the staple clip, malformed or a clip with loose staples. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, I think that will work. And then issues, and so then we could do issues. These are issues with firing, with clinging, with clinging to words to forgetful minds.
Could also get rid of the two after clinging. Could just be with clinging words to forgetful minds.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. So issues with firing, with clinging words, yeah, I like that. With clinging words, forgetful, like that. With clinging words, with forgetful minds.
Or with clinging words, I think two forgetful minds could work.
Clinging words, issues with firing, with clinging words, with forgetful minds. Issues with firing, clinging words, forgetful minds. I think we can only have one with up there.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings these two phrases in with the firing. And yeah, I think this is the way it is.
I think that's good.
Yeah. So we have jammed in a staple clip, malformed, or a clip that works better. Issues with firing, evidently, but we don't have that. Issues with firing, clinging words, forgetful minds. That's all I wanted to do.
I think having those together works better. Yeah.
Very happy. And now that I put them next to each other, if you look at the bottom here, two thoughts, there's a dash here, and then something like a forgotten mind. We have a dash here. We could do this. So then it looks like a super mini tiny sonnet. So I think that's
a little tiny sonnet.
You can show the borrowing in the poem by italicizing the lines that we took from the internet. There you go.